Welcome to day 9 of 30 days of AL programming, and we are going to look at the master tables. In Business Central, there is a certain pattern, and the pattern is when you look from the front, you are not able to see it, but if you dig deeper, then there is a certain pattern to which things are created because the master table belongs to a certain application area. For example, the receivables application area of the system has got the customer, and which is has got some characteristics, and there is a way that the customer is made with the number field, with the balance. It has got many flow fields, flow filters, linking to several ledger entries, and it has at least one ledger entry. It's linking to several ledger entries. Also has got like 3 pages: a list page, a card page, a statistics page, and there are several supplemental tables have a relation to the customer table or a master table, and these are patterns that once you follow the same pattern in your extensions, then it will make sure that you build more robust extensions. It is a basic, nothing complex, but still very important because it can impact performance and how the extension looks. And primarily, the main thing is a user should feel as if they're in the base application when they are using your extension. A user shouldn't feel that they have gone out of Business Central into another weird system just because they're using your extension. Your particular extension should match the pattern of Business Central. So definitely, a master table will store the core data. And for example, in a customer, you can create several customers, but they don't change oftenly. Maybe the name, address, those are information. The information that you have in the customer doesn't change as often, but you can create several sales order that point to the same customer, which change dynamically oftenly from time to time again. And when you look at the other application areas, for example, purchasing, you have a vendor and it follows the same pattern. If you look at the inventory, the item, the finance, the GL account. So let's go to the convention and some of the characteristics of the master tables that we have. And it's basically good to use Visual Studio Code. And the example that I'm using is the base application, the customer table. It's the one that is open. When you look at this customer, there is the number which auto populates a number series. You do have the name, we do have the search name and search information, but let's look at the uh, it will definitely be having a number, a master table that is populated, and name or description. So it can either be a name or description with text 100. A number is code 20, like just a convention, and then ideally it's populated by the number series, except the GL account table, which isn't populated by the number series. The GL account, because of the nature of the chart of accounts, is the only table that doesn't follow this pattern. But ideally, most of them, and if you create your master table, there should be a number series that is auto populated from the number series, and definitely a blocked field to make sure that when, let me find again, blocked field to ensure that when you if the customer, you don't need the customer to transact, you just block it. And for the purpose also of historical transactions, then you just block that particular customer. And the naming convention will basically be singular. You'll name it customer. You'll definitely name customer. You'll name the vendor. If you look at the tables, there'll be vendor, customer, not vendors, because it contains one record of a customer. It contains one record of a vendor, and it gives it some uniformity because now it will definitely have a customer, a card page, like the customer card for the customer, a customer list, and when the only the card page is allowed for editing, so you edit from the card page, which gives you details. The list has got just a few things there, and there are several other patterns. and it will have a statistics page, customer statistics, vendor statistics, and definitely that's the pattern that you are going to follow with the customer, um, or with the master tables. The other thing that is common with master tables is data caption fields. So you will set up the data caption fields with which will definitely be the number and name, and it will be displayed on top of each item. Like this is the number and the name for this particular customer. You are displaying the number of the name as the data caption field when it's opened in Business Central. So these and other characteristics, like I think Control F7 should open, what is it, the statistics? Let me just do what control. Okay, that will be from the page side, but there is a certain pattern, and the easiest way, and since nowadays we do code with AL, it's also to use the base application as the starting point and feel feed the model with the base application to learn about how we want it to create the pattern that it should follow when creating whichever application that you want, because it makes it easier for you to be able to get your master data or to follow a certain pattern with Business Central AL programming. So we will look at supplemental tables next, but at the end of it all, we will create a mini application that follows the pattern clearly, so that now we compare our extension to see if it matches whatever the base application has. I will see you in the next video.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss the next one.